A loaded draft class at a certain position can be a blessing and a curse for some players, but that doesn't take away the greatness of a player, and that is exactly the case for Bhayshul Tuten, running back out of Virginia Tech. Bhayshul had a rather unorthodox start to his college career, having to begin his career at a D2 level school with North Carolina A&T. However, it certainly wouldn't be unproductive. He'd solidify himself immediately as a solid kick returner for the Aggies, totaling 18 returns for 330 yards but saw limited action on offense. He'd finally get his chance to prove himself on offense in his second year, recording 208 carries for 1,363 yards and 13 touchdowns. Going on to earn FCS third-team All-American honors and first-team All-Big South. Bhayshul was now ready to step up to the Division I level, and after originally committing to Boston College, he'd flip his commitment to Virginia Tech.
Still come take a visit, come see the campus even, just to get the experience. And I actually came here with the family. We love the atmosphere, we love the coaches, their vibe, so that's kind of ultimately what made the full decision.
There was a little bit of a downtick in production on offense, unable to break 1,000 yards in his first season with the Hokies, but it definitely wouldn't be on special teams.
It's a corner, and he's gone! Bhayshul Tuten starts celebrating at the 30-yard line.
He became dangerous, having 19 returns for 550 yards and 2 touchdowns. However, he was still a very explosive running back for the Hokies, racking up 356 carries for 2,022 yards and 25 touchdowns in his 2 years with the team. After a stellar 2024 season, Bhayshul would declare for the 2025 NFL Draft and would receive an invite to the NFL Combine. If you blink, you may miss Bhayshul on a run. He constantly demonstrates his electrifying speed on runs and his quick acceleration being a great eye-popping trait. He's shown a great burst that allows him to get through open holes quickly and the vision necessary to waste little time when he plants his foot to drive. But while he may be quick, he's also extremely patient, allowing blocks to develop on inside runs and having the vision to recognize cutback lanes when there. He's also got a natural talent to fall forward and drive through contact despite a smaller frame, which points to him being able to maximize yards per play while also being unafraid to lower his shoulder to absorb contact. But his speed isn't all he's good at. He's been able to show off how much of a weapon he can be out of the backfield. He's got great hands and a good feel for the ball, somebody who could be massively useful in screen plays or any other plays designed for the running back. And as I stated earlier, Bhayshul is dangerous on special teams, being scary as a returner, which could make him an immediate impact player for a team while he adjusts to the NFL on offense. You may be thinking that Bhayshul's agility is a huge plus, but it isn't without its downsides. He can tend to get a little too cute in the backfield, dancing around blocks instead of hitting the open hole. His lateral agility, while good, isn't exactly what you'd expect from somebody his size. It isn't exactly elite, and he may struggle to make defenders miss at the next level in tight spaces. There's also a slight problem with Bhayshul's ball security, being too loose with the football, which led to him having 10 fumbles in his 2 years with the Hokies, being mostly punch-outs from behind.
Here is Tuten, he's a solid back, and he puts it on the ground. That ball came loose right as he crossed the line of scrimmage on a second down. And
his pass protection will also need a lot of refinement, tending to lower his head and lunge at a rusher rather than staying upright and square off with the rusher. And something to note, while it might sound small, Bhayshul suffered a late season ankle injury in 2024. While he did continue playing, it definitely affected his explosiveness, which concerns some scouts that it may become an issue at the next level. So, Justin, who I do my podcast with, really wanted me to check Bhayshul out a while ago, and if I'm being honest, I kind of blew it off. But after seeing Bhayshul at the NFL Combine, I was stunned. He was one of the best performers at the NFL Combine, and I was left wondering how in the world many people weren't talking about him. His special teams value alone makes him a must-draft for any NFL team, but the real potential in his offensive game is a massive plus. I see scouts kind of all over the place with Bhayshul, with some having him as a 5th or 6th rounder, and some having him as high as a 2nd round. While I don't think he's quite a 2nd rounder, I do have a 3rd or 4th round grade on him. If you're looking for a speedy back with loads of potential, Bhayshul is your man.